The Couch Steals are brought to you by the VLG Studio, the community for people with a story to tell.
You're now tuned in to the Couch Stealers Anime Podcast.
And guess what? You can't beat me because I'm the principal of fans. Oh my god, he about to he got a hand. Let's go. He's having a full-on Shinji Ikari. Why am I fighting this thing?
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Couch Stealers. You already know it's the one and only Meister Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
Yo, we back. We live. I'm alive. AU. I can breathe through my nose and my chest. My chest ain't caved in.
Talk about you getting sick. I just like that is just a never-ending, forever thing. Like talking about you getting sick is like talking about you being alive.
So, low key, it's getting to that point. But it's
getting to that point.
Listen.
First time I met you, you was on your deathbed. I don't even know.
I had pneumonia twice before I was the age of 1. If it wasn't the 21st century, I might not have made it. But gosh darn it, I made it, AU. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to worry about.
I'm happy for you, bro.
I'm happy for me, too. Breathing is living, and living is fun. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Obviously, we didn't have an episode last week because I was definitely fighting the common cold, but we are back live and in living color. AU, man, we got a bunch of stuff we got to get to, but we got to start off with the muchly anticipated new start of the spring season. Obviously, we got a ton of new stuff. Everything from Fire Force new season, My Hero Vigilantes, Lazarus, which is one that you've been big on. One Piece, obviously, we was talking about that. I'm starting to, and I'll start there. Returning. I want to start there with you real quick because
let's go.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm getting the One Piece itch. You was getting it before. Bro. I'm getting it now. I'm like tweaking a little bit.
I don't watch trailers, previews of anything. I watched that preview.
Mm-hmm.
The king is back.
I thought the king was solo leveling. What you mean?
Listen, man, I ain't even gonna because I hate the fact that the last few pods I've gotten on here and talked more about like the negatives of where solo leveling is.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to switch beats when it comes to solo leveling regarding all that, because like I am never going to sit and act like I didn't thoroughly enjoy solo leveling. I loved it. I loved solo leveling. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is overrated though in terms of an anime as a whole. And that's it. And that's the only issue I have, that people are gassing this up in a way, making it seem like this is a goated anime. It doesn't have enough to be a goated overall anime.
It's a go to beat 'em up, though.
Yes, 1,000%.
It's a go to beat 'em up.
And so, and let me just clarify, just a little bit further. People are sitting there acting like this is comparable to animes that are great, that were great, are no longer, like
One Piece.
I'm not even gonna bring up One Piece, bro. I had people sitting here now comparing it because of the Hunter x Hunter comparisons. People are here saying it's better than Hunter x Hunter. Like, just like stop, man. Wow. Just like let solo leveling be great for what it is, and then just leave it at that. I don't like all the comparisons of solo leveling to like these animes that are just so great, especially ones that have come out recently that don't get nearly enough hype for it. Like Frieren, for example. Frieren didn't get nearly enough coverage, nearly enough hype in terms of like, or in comparison to solo leveling.
In the masses.
Yes.
I would say that in that regard. Yeah.
Obviously, because did it win awards and stuff? Yes. Do we recognize how amazing and how monstrous that show was? Yeah, we recognize it. But it didn't get nearly enough hype and gas behind it like solo leveling did. And I don't like that.
Well, because I also think like anime has loved Frieren, and that's an example that we'll use. Anime has loved Frieren. Anime has loved that good, like hearty kind of biting into a burger type anime that's gonna give you everything. Bro, solo leveling is hands. We know this hands. It's a beat 'em up. It's a great beat 'em up, but I'm cool with it being a great beat 'em up.
Exactly.
The issue was it got more hype because excuse me. It got more hype because of not only is it a great beat 'em up, but there's a lot more for the masses to really enjoy with solo leveling, because like it's the perfect anime for like your parachute anime head. The ones that parachute in, like, yeah, I watch solo leveling, I watch Dragon Ball Z, I watch Naruto. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We come on the couch, we got room for you. But like, just understand. that we know what it is. And as long as you can admit that you know what it is too,
we
good.
Happy, we good.
We good. I'm always be good. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy the mans, bro. I enjoyed it. That motherfucker turned into a cricket so goddamn fast, bro. He turned into a cricket. He's an ant, but he turned into a cricket. That man was like, oh my God, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Dying me.
He did.
Killing me.
Now all I could think about is Bug's Life,
bro. Looking like my man was running after him with a can of Raid. That's how he was crawling away, like he had a can of Raid behind him.
He caught it with a little spray. He sniffed it, whiffed it. Like, oh yeah, no. I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. Nah, yeah, you're right. This was a Men in Black moment when he thought he's about to come down here and just go crazy.
Bro, trust. He definitely thought he was about to go crazy. And to be fair. If it wasn't for Sun Jin Woo, he would have gone crazy. But we gotta digress. We went off on a little tangent there for a little bit. But I want to get back to the spring anime, the new ones that are coming out. We've been waiting for weeks.
And the returns of everything.
What are you most hyped about?
Lazarus.
Really? Even over One Piece? Even over?
Yes. I've been itching for One Piece. Like I said, that's such a consistent thing, like that I've always had, and One Piece, like not being there for as long as it has been. Just I needed something. One Piece was always the gap filler for me in any capacity. If something was gone, like I'm waiting for something to return, I knew One Piece was always going to be there filling that void of like, oh, I got something on the back end. Even though it's not a back end anime, but it's just I knew it was always going to be there. So it was a comfort thing. So I've been itching for it in that way. I am extremely excited for it, despite, the void that it's always filled. But Lazarus is something new. And I'd rather be more excited about something new than something returning.
Okay.
And so
I can respect that.
Not just that though. It's Mappa. And guess what? This is Cowboy Bebop.
So can I say one thing when it comes to Lazarus?
Cowboy Bebop all over it.
So can I say one thing about Lazarus? Let me say one thing about Lazarus. The only thing I've seen, and I've been trying to duck spoilers, and any type of, because I ain't gonna lie, you kind of got me on that binge. My wife got me on that binge where it's like, because Siri doesn't like watching any type of like trailer either. So I'm like, all right, I stopped watching a lot of trailers in that same way, but everyone's been hyping up Lazarus for so long that I was like, all right, I got to see something. And then they dropped that clip when he was like, I guess in prison trying to break out or something. Bro, I watched like 10 seconds of that. And I shut it off.
That's all you need to see.
I watched 10 seconds of it and I shut it off. But here's the thing. And I could be wrong. I want to be wrong about this. And I'm not trying to scare you or scare anybody that's hyped about Lazarus. But Ninja Kamui came to mind when I saw that. I'm not gonna lie. It came to my head.
Completely different though.
Let me explain. The reason why Ninja Kamui came to my head is because I saw crisp animation, I saw wild fight choreography, and I saw crazy camera angles as far as the direction is concerned. So I was ready for I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be something that I don't even know if we're ready for as a society. Like, I don't even know if the community is really ready for what's about to happen here. Now, we said the same thing, very similar to Ninja Kamui, and I watched the first couple episodes of Ninja Kamui, and it was fire. The shit was fire. But you can't.
I hear you, but that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
That's a disrespectful take.
But it's not even a take. It's a fear. I'm not even going to sit
here
and act like it's a take.
No, it shouldn't be. Think about who is on this docket in terms of like all across the board production.
Yeah.
Okay, animation. We got Mappa. We got Adult Swim, and I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Adult Swim go hard with they bangers.
Ninja Kamui was Adult Swim.
Hold on. I know, but this is the saving grace. We got a GOAT on this motherfucker. The creator. We got Watanabe. Are we dead ass serious?
I know.
This is the creator of Cowboy Bebop.
Whoa. I'm going to adjust that. I don't know what that just was.
Yeah, I just paused so we could clip.
Yeah.
Cut, whatever we got to do.
That shit did its own thing there. I didn't even move. It should literally just did its own thing.
Yeah, I saw.
All right. Yeah, okay. So I understand that like Watanabe's on it and it's gonna be fire, and I'm waiting for it to be fire. I'm excited for it to be fire. I'm just afraid, my nectar. I'm afraid.
There's too much. Bro. There's too much here. Okay, listen. All right. Hold on. Let me break this down for you even further. All right. The creator, we got Watanabe on it. That's Cowboy Bebop. That's legendary GOAT shit. You can't even like that's unbeatable.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take out Adult Swim. We know because of Kamui that we got a fear of it. All right, Adult Swim. But more times than not, Adult Swim going to hit us over the head.
Clap. No, Kamui's the only. Kamui may be the exception to the rule because Kamui definitely. Adult Swim has had fire stuff that they've put out for quite some time now, with Kamui being the one that was the outlier. My fear is that Kamui started out with such hype.
I wasn't even done.
I know. I'm just saying. My fear is
Mappa
that
Studio.
I know Mappa, bro.
And we have the fight action like director from John Wick on this bitch.
Oh my god! Okay, I get it. How the fuck they?
I don't even know how they came up with this whole entire cast, but they came up with this cast.
Okay, all right. Like it's helping. It's helping. You're helping quell my fear a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you because I have been feeling very worried about that from that clip because it looked gas, but I remember seeing gas animation before, and the next thing you know, I'm getting exoskeleton ninjas. I don't want exoskeleton ninjas,
but this concept is better.
Okay, I get that.
This concept is better. But anyways, I'm most excited about Lazarus.
I am most excited about, and I will be completely honest with where I'm at with this. Fire Force. I'm 100% more Fire Force. I need Shinra back, bro. Shinra's my guy. Shinra, I say, it's coming down to the point Shinra Kazakabe might be my favorite main character. Like, when it's all said and done.
That's crazy.
It's up there, bro. It's up there. Because when I think of MCs, when I think of favorite MCs, I think of Luffy, I think of Shinra, I think of Edward Elric, I think of...
Oh, yeah, people were comparing Solo Leveling to Full Metal Alchemist. Like, come on, get out of here. Sorry. Stop playing with me.
Yo, y'all want to know the easiest way to piss AU off? Compare something that isn't as good as Full Metal Alchemist to Full Metal Alchemist.
Like, stop playing with me.
You want to see that little vein gonna pop out right here? That's how you do it. But no, for real, like, I'm really excited to see where Fire Force is coming in at. I love doing my rewatch a couple months back and getting the whole story back and getting a better understanding of where the whole story is at. And then also, like I said, Shinra as a main character. I saw a clip the other day where they were like, they looked at like a bunch of anime brothers and they were like, who's the best brother here? And it had like Itachi, it had Shinra on it, it had I think Vash on it, had Vash on it, had a bunch of anime.
Pretty good list of like anime brothers right now.
It was a pretty good list.
I'm liking what's happening
Shinra still cleared. Shinra cleared the list, bro. Shinra cleared the list. I gotta.
If you can find that, send that to me because I would like to see what you say Shinra cleared.
I think Shinra clears it.
So far, that sounds like a good like tier of like
it was
MCs.
It was a good one. I ain't gonna lie. It was a really good MC list. And the issue about it was, and as I'm talking, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. The biggest thing about it for me was that when I watched Fire Force and I got into like, obviously I'd caught it before, and I mentioned this before on the pod that like I wasn't as invested in it the first time around as I was the second time around, and getting the backstory, getting the mystery, getting the character development, getting everyone's story meant so much for so many different reasons, whether it was they're trying to figure out the mystery of human combustion, or they're trying to stop human combustion from happening, or even something as sinister,
or like what's behind it all.
Behind it, like Lick had a line in it where he was like, I was siding with them, and now I'm siding with the Fire Force because it seems like y'all are a little bit closer to the truth, and I'm just trying to find the truth. And I'm like, look, that's all I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to just get to the truth of the matter. So I'm so gassed for Fire Force to come back. I've already gotten, admittedly, some spoilers, but at this point, we never knew if Fire Force.
I've talked a lot for Fire Force season 3.
I've got some spoilers and I'm not mad about it just because it got to the point where we didn't know if Fire Force was going to come back. So I figured people were going to be
let it happen.
Yeah, it was more of like a let it happen. Like I've seen something from Shinra that looks fire. No pun intended.
All right, no.
Yeah,
we're getting off. I'm getting off the topic now.
Getting off the crate. I want off the train. So let me ask you this. One that I've seen a lot of people are hyped for, and I think you had mentioned it to me before, but I really want to get your take here on the pod where you're at with it. Where do you feel, or what is your excitement level for My Hero Vigilantes?
I'm not excited for it at all.
At all? Not even a little bit, bro?
Not even a little bit. Like, I have zero interest. I have, like, negative interest in it.
Why?
One, I have fears as to what it can do to how My Hero ends for me. I don't mean spoilers. I just mean that, like, I'm on the cusp right now of where I feel, or rather, I'm on a tightrope in terms of which side I feel, or which side I can fall on in terms of how I feel about My Hero.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big, proponent of My Hero like the first 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The last few seasons, I've loved, so there have been some crazy moments, obviously everything, but I felt like it never went to another gear. I feel like I've been on the same gear all the way up to the end. And
even this last season was
yes, it was. No. Don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that My Hero has consistently been giving us great seasons overall.
Okay.
And obviously some seasons are better than others. However, I feel like it hasn't gone further. It hasn't gone another level. Motherfuckers scream plus ultra all the time and go to another gear, and I feel like the show hasn't done that. Like plus ultra I haven't felt plus ultra in a while.
Okay.
So this last season has to be masterful in order for me to really look back and be like, damn, My Hero was really one of the best to do this shit.
So we've had this conversation on here before, and I think it's a very poignant conversation to have around My Hero because My Hero Academia has the potential. We've talked about it and I've said it to people even just outside the podcast, just people I'm just talking to about anime. If they stick the landing on this last season, My Hero ends up being one of the top 10 to 15 greatest anime of all time.
It could be, yeah, 100%.
If they stick the landing. And an example of sticking the landing for me is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan stuck that landing.
Even if you didn't like it, they stuck it.
They stuck the landing.
I didn't like the ending, but they stuck the landing.
They stuck it. They did the dismount. They was high-fiving in the background. It was awesome. It was great. So if they can give me something akin to that, I'm good. I don't know if they can though. And
so
it's maybe to your point.
So that's why I think I'm very disinterested in it.
Vigilantes.
The Vigilantes. Yes, clarification. I don't need a spinoff to come off right now from this when the series didn't even end. And if I start watching the series and I'm like, this shit bogus, I don't want to transfer those feelings potentially to what is to come later this year. So I'm going to hold off on that. And, even if you tell me it's good, I'm probably still going to wait until My Hero is over with.
Okay.
To decide if I'm going to watch that.
Because you don't want it to take away from anything that you're already focused on when it comes to My Hero. All right. I look at it like this. If it's gas, if it's fire, I'm gonna watch it. Even talking about Dragon Ball Daima. I started watching Daima. Daima's fun. I like Daima. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like
the first 2 episodes.
It feels like I'm watching a Dragon Ball movie. That's just literally what it feels like.
And it does feel like that.
And I'm good with that.
The aesthetics, the feel of it, definitely feel like a Dragon Ball movie.
It feels like a Dragon Ball movie, and I'm good with that. So sometimes I can just take something and separate the two. I can, but I understand not being able to in the same regard, especially when the ending hasn't hit. And we've been talking about and waiting for this ending of My Hero to hit
for a while.
And it's they gotta stick the landing, bro. They gotta stick the landing.
And so I don't want nothing potentially disturbing how this may come off for me. I know that sounds kind of crazy, just damn, open up a little bit, AU. But this is the last season of My Hero. My Hero was a juggernaut.
It is. It still is. You can just make it. It's still it's still a juggernaut.
And so I'm there. I need to see how it's going to end.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
No, you're good. I'm not going to lie. I screamed it in my head. It just didn't come out. So Vigilantes, I'm not too pressed on.
Okay.
I hope it's good. I do. I really do. I don't want it to be bad, but I'm not crazy about it.
I'm good with it. I am not excited. Isn't the right word. I would say I'm going to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing what it can be and what it'll look like. I am excited for Fire Force. I'm obviously excited for One Piece. I'm gassed for the beat 'em up. I'm gassed for the beat 'em up, bro. I need me some Windbreaker.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the windbreaker thing, my little touch on that. Before I even do that, though, because I think that's about it on my docket list, at least for what I've seen for spring. Yeah. There may be a few others that may pop up for spring. I am looking into maybe to see what they have coming out that's maybe a bit more slice of life for me. So I do want to try to go into something. Like I said, I talked about a few pods ago. I think Free Reign really opened up my perspective a little bit on some things. So I was thinking I want to take some time and dive into what's coming out in the spring season to see what I can find that's closer to slice of life.
Okay.
I haven't found anything yet, but
can I give you a slice?
No, I'm not going back and rewatching right now. We're done.
You're looking for something new.
Yeah, I'm looking for something new.
Boo this man, boo. I was gonna give you Ocean No Koi.
No,
nah,
we're going something new for right now.
Fair.
If I was gonna catch a slice of life before, I would have did it already. So let me try to catch something new and catch the wave that everybody else may be on or something like that. But we do have Go Loser Rager coming up for anybody who really enjoyed the first season of that.
Yeah, it was a solid first season. I like the
concept.
I'm a little bit more than halfway through, and I like the concept too. I think it's because it's on Hulu. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's 100% because it's on Hulu.
Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes Hulu things just don't hit. I don't even know why.
I don't know why either.
It's just a bias.
They just don't.
It's just a random bias about Hulu.
It is, and I know it's just there's no logic to it either. There's no logic to the bias. It's just like, ew, it's on Hulu.
It'd be like that.
I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't like that, but it's just like, ew, you on Hulu.
It'd be like that. Hulu? But Go Loser Ranger is coming out. It is going to be on my watch list. Mm-hmm. So I will be tuning in to Go Loser Ranger. I wouldn't say I'm hyped for it. I'm not necessarily like opposed to it coming out. I'm just like, I'm in the middle about Go Loser Ranger. Yeah. I enjoy watching it when it's out. But the one that we haven't talked about yet, Windbreaker, which you had just brought up kind of. I did catch the first episode.
Hands.
All right, let me do my normal AU thing and go through my gripes. It felt the pacing was off for the first episode.
Fair.
I felt like they really tried to hammer home like who he is and the backstory and giving the feels. Like they did too much of all of that in one episode for me.
Okay.
And so it turned me off a little bit in that regard. Like we got potential love interests already. We got the terrible backstory. Everybody hates him. And we already got like, oh yeah, we could love you. Like, you know, like a lot happened emotionally in that one episode, and it was a little all over the place. And it kind of set the tone and pacing for me for what's to come for the rest of this season. Beyond that,
say it,
bruh.
Say it. I know you guys.
Them motherfuckers was getting pieced the fuck up, boy.
I told you, bro. You hands.
And you know what I really liked about it?
What you
know what I really liked about the hands?
What you got?
Obviously, it was a little over the top, but I like the realness of a lot of the things that happened in that fight sequence. At least niggas was getting back kidney shots, because that was the only place this nigga could hit him. So it was like, I bet, bam, right there. Shit, my spleen. Like it was.
You feel it. You feel it.
I fucked with the fighting. The fighting was definitely there. I see the potential. I see why it got renewed for a second season off of the first episode. However, personally, I need them to slow down a little bit.
So I'll say
a lot, bro. I got, and then the band or the group coming through, like being like the heroes of the town. There's a lot. There's a lot.
So I'll say it to you like this. They are table setting right now, so you are going to get a little drinking from a fire hose a little bit with the table setting. Table setting probably lasts for maybe one more episode, maybe half of one more episode. Like they literally are gonna table set for half one more episode, and then you're gonna he's gonna get to class, and then from there hands. Just straight hands. And it's not one of those where it's like, oh wait, we finally get 3 episodes of dialogue, then we get some talking. No, we're gonna get 1 episode of dialogue and then 8 episodes of hands. I cannot wait. Because I'm telling you, that first
you got it. I'm in.
That first opening scene, and I told you was gonna be in because you love hands. You love hands.
I'm in.
So, and that first opening scene, and I can't wait because I already know there are 2 moments where I know you're gonna text me. There are two moments that you're not there yet, but there are two moments. One in particular.
I'm excited now.
There's one moment in particular that it happened, and it was funny because I was actually doing like a rewatch of Windbreaker, getting set for like the new season, and I had forgot that the scene had happened the way it did. So when it happened, it caught me again. Oh shit! So I'm waiting for that text. That's definitely gonna happen. 100% gonna happen. But okay. It's they set the backstory for Dude as the main character, as well as setting the backstory for Boferin, because you got to get like the sense of, okay, these like these
their names from moving forward on this podcast is gonna be both of them. I don't know why.
Like both them hands, bro.
That's both them hands. Both them hands. Because like like
both them hands, bro. That's exactly what it is. Both them hands. And like it's just bing, 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 bing. It's like, what's it called? You know when you playing Marvel Rivals and you got what's it called? Kicking you and punching you. You got Iron Fist, and it's just like,
dude, I hate it.
Exactly what this is. It's like hands. So, like I said, they're gonna set up the background, the backstory, all the emotional stuff. But yeah, there are going to be two scenes. One is actually coming up, and then there's going to be one later in the season. But two moments that caught me and pulled me into this show in a way that I'm like, all right, because people were gassing Windbreaker when it first came out, and I was like, all right, let me check in and see. And I started watching. I was like, okay, hands. We got hands. I like hands. Let's see what kind of hands we got. I tweeted it the other day where it was like, you remember that the black referee, the black boxing referee, the give. He's like, ooh, that's all that is. That's all you're going to be doing watching the show. That's all you're going to be doing watching the show.
I believe it. I see it. I see it.
And like,
I 100% see it.
They got good characters. They got good development. And at the end of the day, we here for these hands. So like,
if they got good character development, I'm a sucker for character development.
Yeah.
Character development over world building for me.
Okay. I can see that. And that's it's definitely more character development and world building. And that's one of the cool things about season 2 that I'm interested to see. Because first of all, we know we're going to get hands. And second of all, the world building can't really be too big of a world building. They just high school students.
They're high school students. I mean, they started a gang, so I mean, shit.
Yeah, but even then, you ain't going international with the gang. You just gonna be like controlling your block. Control your block with these hands. These hands.
No, he was like, you really bringing a knife? I was like, you really bringing a knife into this? Kicked him right in his face.
So, like, I'm glad that you on the bandwagon. Like I said, it's gonna be something that you are going to enjoy. I knew you was going to enjoy it from even my first watch. I said, I'm doing my rewatch now on that, just getting ready for the new season. So I'm gassed for that. I think I might get into Apothecary Diaries. That's another one that I've seen a lot of people talking about for season 2 coming back. And I remember seeing a lot of hype for that, but it was kind of like hype in like the free run kind of sense, where it's like, oh my God, this is such an amazing story type deal. So I'm excited to get into that because I'm behind. We was a little bit behind on the 8 ball. Sorry, y'all. I was busy getting married and moving last year, so we was a little bit behind on the 8 ball with some of this stuff. But I'm really gassed that like it feels like we're getting into a season of anime where it's like, I don't know, like it feels like spring. Like the snow's gone, we dusted everything off, and now we about to just get great series for the rest of the year. And I'm here for that.
Coming back in the spring, spring is just going to be stacked. It just looks like a stacked season. So here for it.
Bro.
Speaking of being behind on the 8 ball, I finally watched Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Finally, the one. Yo, to be fair, the Blue-Eyed Samurai is what got Kevin on stage in anime. That's what got him in anime.
Was I waiting on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I told you that.
I am 1000% on board with whatever Blue-Eyed Samurai won.
I'm not sure what they won.
The last time I felt like this in terms of like a drop was like probably of this ilk. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like animation kind of style, like being fresh, kind of a little new up. Was probably like something like Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
not Cyberpunk.
Edge Runner.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Yeah, Cyberpunk Edge Runner. And that's the last time I felt like I was just watching something so refreshing, so new, just like, damn, this is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. They give me the same kind of feel. But Blue Eyed Samurai, I don't even have words for it because I finished it last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still processing a lot about it. I'm not too sure how I felt about the ending a little bit. I really kind of needed it to be like ending somewhere.
Like her getting on the boat?
You don't like her getting on the boat to go to London. Who you about to go slice up over there, man?
It don't matter. She's gonna be Jack the Ripper. Just know that. I am excited.
Probably.
I'm excited to see the new season. The new season's gonna be fire whenever they decide to come out with it. I think I told you the dude that was rolling around with her with no hands. That's Save the Cheerleader, Save the Future. Heroes.
No.
Yes, it is.
That's Hero.
Yeah, from Heroes.
His name is also Hero.
It is. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that. In real life, I didn't know that. But yeah, he was the like her squire or whatever. The one that was like walking
almost
around.
Positive this means
the one who was like, I make the greatest noodles in the world, and then he actually had some noodles, and then he was like, I don't do anything. I can't do it.
I didn't know that. Nice.
That was one of the wildest.
Oh, did you watch it in English or did you watch it in Japanese?
I watched it in English, I believe.
Okay, was wondering.
I watched it in English. But that was one of the parts that got me to this day was when he was like, I make the greatest noodles ever. And then he tried some really bomb noodles and he was like, I'm a failure. I don't do anything.
He's like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want to do. Like, really destroyed him. I understand.
I say it was a great revenge story. That was the biggest thing I took from Blue Eyed Samurai was that it was a revenge story. All right, so now that my camera's back working, we was talking about Blue Eyed Samurai. And like, the thing for me with Blue Eyed Samurai that I genuinely enjoyed, like I said, was that it felt like a revenge story, and it felt like a revenge story all the way through.
It's crazy, though. Sorry, I didn't even mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Crazy. What do you mean by crazy?
Like, it is a revenge story, but it shouldn't be. Like, she was really like, I need to go kill my father. The nigga made me born. Like, and that's kind of crazy. Like,
made me born. I gotta go kill him because he made me born. That's crazy.
But isn't that basically it? That's the whole plot. She wants to go kill her father because she was born.
The thing, I think her beef should have been more with her mom. And that whole scene with like her mom
was dead, so
her mom was a piece of shit too. Her mom was like a
100%.
piece of high quality garbage, low quality garbage.
I mean, she did meet a good dude until he found out,
she got strength,
that she was a monster.
So like that scene I felt bad about because
I felt really bad for her.
But like the whole
she also asked for that. She didn't have to.
But the whole concept of that episode was really interesting because it also mentioned like, someone who has never loved would not have the vitriol that she did, as opposed to someone who's loved and lost. Like, I still don't know who set her up. I think he set her up more than her mom set her up, but I still, for certain, can't say who set her up because they was coming.
I definitely can't say for certain who set her up. If you ask me personally, I think it was both of them,
just in different ways. They both went to the same person and be like, "Yo, try to give me my money."
They was in on it.
You think they was in on it to get? Oh,
he probably went to the mom. Because think about it. He was like, "Oh, he left and he didn't bring your horse. He's bringing your horse too." So he spoke to her. So he's probably mad or whatever. And they was like, "You know what? Fuck it."
See, the part of me wishes that that's not true. Just off the strength that I just wanted one person. Like, I wanted one person to be vilified, and I wanted the other person not to be, like, full-on vilified, to be like, all right, at least you had the decency not to do this. But in actuality,
I think they both did. Because, like, think about it. He left on some shit. Here's the thing. I know for a fact in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul, based off of the way he came off, and he was just like, "It was your mother's idea." He has something to do with it, no matter what.
Had something to do with it. Yeah.
No matter what, he saw the people pulling up to, and then he went somewhere else for whatever goddamn reason. So no matter what we talking about, he was in on it. I think when he realized that she was gonna kill everybody, that he was like, "It was your mom, not me."
Tried to save my own skin.
Yeah, and there was no way he was going to save his own skin. So that's why I think, she let him kill her, and then as you saw, she killed him right after. But Blue Eye Samurai, a masterful piece of work. I thought the animation was really cool. I normally can't get behind animation of that nature. Yeah. I was able to do it. I feel like they executed it very well, according to like not just the gore and whatnot, but just how they moved. They didn't feel clunky, didn't feel weird, and there was still like that kind of like really nice kind of like feudal era like art style.
Yeah, and it was like done in a way that
felt new and old at the same time.
I was going to say it felt new. It felt new age with the way that they did it. And, you know, to your point, watching a show like that has animation that can be a little bit different can sometimes be jarring. I look at you, Trigun. But if it's a good story and if it's
it wasn't
executed,
about the animation for Trigun. It was they just
you just don't like
story.
Trigun Stampede, and Trigun Stampede was gas. That's why they're getting another season. My point being, it was gas and they're getting another season. My point being, though, is like if it's executed well, it will always like be able to draw people in. What did you think of Akemi as a character? I think she was actually voiced in English by Brenda Song.
She was, I believe.
Okay. So what'd you think of her character?
Hold on. I want to check that actually. Sorry.
I'm like 97% sure it was Brenda Song.
I like think 98. You're right. She
99.
Wait, do you mean Akemi as in like the
Akemi was
wife
well, technically the Shogun's wife after they blacked her teeth out, but she was the one who was
yeah, she was Akemi, yeah. She's the Shogun's wife. All right. I think that she's on a villain arc now.
Is she on a villain arc now?
I think she moves forward as some type of antagonist to some degree. Think about it. She was doing everything based off of everybody's whims, listening to her father, getting married, chasing after the man, you know what I mean? And not getting the things that she wanted. She finally grew a spine, a backbone. And when she realized now that she had the power, I think it's gonna turn in. I think it's gonna turn into something maybe not sinister, but like something more negative.
So I think that
ultimately ends up becoming more antagonistic. Like and I'm seeing that for her.
So I don't know if that would necessarily mean antagonistic though, because just because you're starting to move in a selfish manner. Yeah, she's gonna do some. I think I'm more like
but it's not
anti-hero
selfish.
Or anti whatever.
I don't think it's selfish, man. But I think it's more like I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Like I have the power, so I'm gonna be
that's selfish.
No. But there's a difference between someone being selfish and being the Shogun's wife who's in control of everything, and being selfish. So like it's like, oh, I don't like what you're doing. I'm gonna chop your fucking head off. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. Whatever.
Yeah, but
I think she's going to get to that way.
She's going to have the power to do it, but that's still
she definitely
acting in a
selfish
manner.
She put it on that man. That man didn't even start. He stopped stuttering. Stop playing. Stop playing. And then at the end, when my boy was like, Tigan was like, oh. You know, I just want to be happy. I just want to do this, whatever. She was like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be none of that. She didn't even say she wanted to be happy.
Nah, she just wants to be. She wants to control her own life.
So she's gonna do whatever she has to do to control her own life. And unfortunately, when you get to a place where you feel like you like a rat or like a dog back into a corner, you gonna bite. So now moving forward, knowing that she has power and like she knows how to use it now, and we saw that. We saw her start really expressing and showing that when she made the dude, for lack of better words, a little bit vulgar here, but when she made my boy, you know, jerk off, he didn't get no play or whatever, and she was like commanding him to do it. So like, I think she's gonna do now anything she has to make sure that she's in power, and which in turn is gonna end up making her do things that she wouldn't have done before.
Well, she's definitely grown in that way because she's making sure that she never gets back to that situation. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I heard most of what you were saying, but I was still stuck on the fact that you said she got that king speech pussy, and that shit took me out.
She do. Bro. She do got that king speech pussy. Hey, it is what it is. She got it. Hey, he stopped stuttering, my boy. Nah. So you're not even gonna sit here and tell me that she is not in control. Nope, ain't no way.
Oh my God. I'm just glad you watched it though. Cause I told you, bro. I told you for a while that like that show was actually really, really good. And it needed to get
all forward in white man.
Yo.
I don't even know what she gonna do when she get to London.
She don't even know what she gonna do. She don't even know
what happens when she see all the white men. Like it's gonna be crazy.
It is easier
I don't see this working well for her, if I'm being completely honest too. And not to mention, we saw her get to a place where we saw growth. She saved Tegan or Tigan, if that's when I'm not too sure.
I think it's Tigan.
She saved Tigan and like went back to be the master and like, you know, grow as a person. And then once opportunity presented itself, she was like, yeah, nah, fuck all of that. These white motherfuckers gotta die.
But that's where these white men are dangerous. That's where a lot of the like revenge art comes in for me, because if you're going after revenge, you are going to like, you might get your revenge, but you going down with everything around it. Like you're not going to just
she going down at all.
Nah, but if she gets her revenge, it'll.
I think she gets her revenge, and then I think she like kills herself or something, if I'm being honest. Like a very tragic ending.
Yeah.
Because like now you got everything that you wanted for, and what do you have left? You have nothing to show for. This is all you ever lived your life for.
What do? You pass butter.
Yeah, I pass butter. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Blue Eye Samurai, really, really good show. Late on the draw on that one for sure, but I'm happy I finally tuned in as well.
Yo, let me ask you this. You finally tuned in. You caught another one too, and actually it's funny because I finished it too, Sakamoto Days. And you know,
I did finish.
I'm the newest employee of Sakamoto's, just in case you ain't know. My joint come in the mail. My joint come in the mail the next day. So I'm gonna have that soon. But what'd you think of Sakamoto? Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of those like real fun, kind of lighthearted joints.
I really liked Sakamoto Days. I liked that it was a break from the normal kind of action. Like I said, it reminds me of like Gintama, where it's like it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are cool. Like the fights are like okay, like they're cool. You'd like to watch them.
They're good enough.
They're good enough.
Enough.
I just mean more like they're not. The show isn't happening surrounding the fights. Like for example, like Solo Leveling or Windbreakers. We're not surrounding the show around just what's happening with these fights. We're getting that very lighthearted character development. They make the stakes, you know, reasonable enough that you're like, oh shit, what can happen? But it's lighthearted and it's fun, so you know nothing's gonna happen in a real way. And if they end up cracking that mold at some point, maybe in season 2, that'd be a fire twist too. I feel like what they're doing right now works very well. And if they decide to go to a deeper, darker place with it too, and they do a good job, all the more power to them. And I think it'll, you know, make the show even better.
I think we're gonna go to a deeper, darker place in season 2, because I ain't gonna lie, that big brolic dude took a chair.
That was all metal. That was all metal.
And like the funny thing was, up to that point, they were saying like, "Oh yeah, these are the way all these people in this prison died." And like, I saw the way that he crushed another person, and so I'm like, "Bro, he like the juicer on steroids?"
That's not even a juicer, bro. That's like a hydraulic press. Like he is a walking hydraulic press.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just go ahead and just munt that all in together. All right, just throw that leg and that toe in there. Okay, now give me that arm. Give me that arm.
Oh my God. I have no idea. I like.
You got a favorite character? You got a favorite character so far off Sakamoto Days?
No, I think I just like everybody.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like Lou.
Lou's good. If I had to choose, it's gonna be Lou.
Because Lou just be funny. She just be doing stuff, but then she gets serious, and then when she gets serious, it's cool to see her get serious because she's like, "Look, this is the people I'm protecting." What you mean? Like,
I do need them to give her a little something more, though.
Just give her more alcohol.
Like, oh my God, I like her whole entire story is done. oh, family dead. Running for my life. Oh, savior type deal. Like,
Yeah.
I give her a little bit more. I think she deserves a little bit more if she's going to be a main character of the show.
But I mean, dude's story is dead too. I can't think of his name. The one that could like see everybody's thoughts. They did his arc when they went to the lab because we got his whole backstory. His little freaking tired 3-year-old self drinking some juice that he ain't supposed to be
from her
drinking.
other than the fact that her parents are dead and her family.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we might get more there. Once we get into like the mafioso side of it, and I think we started getting it with the gambling side. Like once we got to like that gambling episode was gas, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the gambling episode.
That gambling episode was episodes. I think it was 2. But when he was trying to read my man's mind, and he was just throwing all the crap in there.
Passed out. He was like, as I suspected, you can't read the unconscious mind.
No, he said just straight short-circuited, like you can see.
Yeah, he short-circuited real bad.
I like
Sakamoto Days. I like it.
I like dude, and I like the sniper. The sniper with the bird is cool too.
I want to like him more, but he's giving me Usopp vibes right now. And as much as I love God Usopp,
he's not Usopp. That's messed up. He's
giving me Usopp. Usopp always come through.
Okay,
but it's like he be getting bodied for how great you're supposed to be.
But he is a sniper. He's a sniper who clearly can't do nothing else.
So is Usopp.
Agreed, but I think Usopp still is a little bit more fearful than this dude. This dude will be there. This dude will be like, all right, I'm here. Like
that's true. I just mean,
like he still understands. Like, yo, I'm an assassin. Like,
yes,
he didn't when he saw in that episode that they were playing him.
Yeah,
she was like, oh no, this is him right here. Yo, that part when Lou is drunk and she was like, yeah, this is Sakamoto right here. Nah, he's just skinny. He's just fat now because usually we get like she was late and just telling everything and like he was like, oh okay, cool, ha 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 ha, and then he pulled it out. It was like, yo, what's up? Like,
he got dog in him. Where Usopp doesn't have dog in him.
Exactly. You got the sniper right there, like 2 feet from my face. You got that dog in you.
Yeah. No, and I get that, and I respect that. But he still get bodied from what I remember, and like I ain't really seen this nigga win yet. He kind of like
why you
I'm just getting Usopp vibes in a way.
Why you bringing up win-loss? We ain't talking win-loss. You bring it up win-loss.
There are assassins trying to kill them. Every win is really important here.
Win-losses, I give you the win-loss. The win-loss don't look great. I'll give you that to you. Invisible Dude definitely took him for a ride, so I give you that. But overall, I think
took him for a ride.
Listen, okay. I just don't understand how do you lose to the Invisible Dude when you can see him? They put blood on dude. They popped him a few times. How do you lose to the Invisible Dude if you can see him?
Usopp. Anyways,
don't.
Yeah, I like Sakamoto Days. I will be tuning in moving forward. I am gonna let it stack probably unless they going straight absolute bonkers in the next core of this or Kerr. Is it Kerr or core?
Kerr. No, it is core.
Okay,
I just had to do the Cardi. Now I'm sorry you said it, and it just look. My wife does it all the time. Anytime she does the Cardi B joint, she be like, and so like we a Cardi B family apparently. So listen,
that sounds crazy. I'm not even. I'm gonna let you have it. You got it. Anyways.
I got it. Yo, man, let me ask you this though, because we didn't touched on a lot of different series and shows that are coming out, obviously with the new season and everything. But we got one more that we got to wrap up here. What did you think about that Solo Leveling finale? Now that we are finally here and the levels have been soloed and my man has reached level 100 and everybody's all out here in the wandered in the wilderness and Mud Lovers is coming out the shadows and saying, oh, wait, why is he helping them type stuff? So what did you take? What was your take from the finale of Solo Leveling?
Okay, I think a little while ago I mentioned that I think what's happening is that there are like gods who like take bets and play games and shit with humans type deal or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's will probably be expressed moving forward. This is a complete and utter guess. So because he's like, what is he doing helping those humans?
Mm-hmm.
And so
they just opened the gate. They just opened the gate and slid in. Like, yo, we out.
So there's that. I do think I'm on the right path in terms of like what is really happening with the gates and the powers and everything. But besides that, they obviously gave us a little bit of mystery finally, or something else to work off of other than these niggas just fighting nonstop, which I'm not opposed to, but still, that's all the show kind of has been. And they raised the stakes again. Clearly,
the ceiling has to get raised. It has to get raised.
Yeah, no, they maybe not stakes, ceiling. Exactly, they raised the ceiling, like, and I hope they raised it really fucking high.
Because he's broken.
If they don't,
he's broken.
If they don't, bro, like, I don't know if I could keep watching this.
I know I could always watch Sun Jin will beat somebody's head in. It's just
if the stakes aren't there, it just like it's One Punch Man, but in a much more serious atmosphere. And like, I'd rather just watch One Punch Man because like I know it's not serious and that's just fun.
So I'll say this. I think them raising the stakes has to go next. And obviously we didn't, like I said, we didn't read the manga, so we hear just, off of vibes in the anime episodes. But I think that unless they have to raise the ceiling to some regard at a significant level, because Sun Jin Woo is
to fear for his life.
He hasn't feared for his life since he was doing his sprints with the joints running behind him. Like, I think his last serious fight, serious fight was Igris. That was his last serious fight.
No, it was not.
Which one? What do you think was his last serious fight where he felt like, oh my god? Not only did he feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, but you felt he was gonna lose.
What do you mean? Are you serious? How quickly people forget in this when watching this?
What? Not the Demon King. I never thought he was.
Yes, it was. I just rewatched it. I told you.
I never thought he was gonna lose. I told you.
He said it.
I don't think he was gonna lose to the but I didn't feel for like, oh my god, he about to lose to the Demon King. I mean, I never thought he was going to lose to the Demon King.
The only reason he won is because she threw her sword at the Demon King head, so he turned around.
Listen. You win by an
inch. No, that's literally like the only reason he won.
Win by an inch, win by a mile. But like, I haven't felt as far
as
watching.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's he would have lost. So my thing is, in every other capacity, there was no instance in which I was ever going to be like, oh yeah, he would have lost. That was the only instance I could be like, yeah, he would have lost.
I think that's the latest. I think his fight against Igris. I didn't think he was going to beat Igris. I'll be honest with you. The first time,
okay. The only. So yeah, that's the first time. So yes, I agree with that.
He low key shouldn't have beat Igris.
He shouldn't.
That was some plot armor. There's not much plot armor that they don't explain. That was some plot armor they didn't really explain. He just kind of won, and he even said it after the fact. He's like, I probably should have won.
I'm going to ask you to watch that last fight with Beru and Soul Leveling again, because after I finished the fight with not Beru, sorry the
Demon King,
dude. Beru was the ant. After I watched the Beru fight, I went back immediately and watched the fight with the Demon King to see which one I thought was better. Like, I didn't even take a minute to digest and just watch the fight right.
Yeah, I got to do that because
I enjoyed that fight more because, again, it felt like there were stakes. It felt like he could have lost. This Beru fight came up, and this was supposed to be the strongest character to date that we know of. Mm-hmm. And it was, you said he had him running like he was getting sprayed by Raid. So, like, if we're talking about...
Bro, he went on all fours. It was like...
No, you're absolutely correct. But I'm saying this was supposed to be... This your king?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a fan favorite, too. So I was expecting, like, a lot more other than just getting fucking whooped on.
I kind of would have liked the 2-episode fight. I ain't gonna lie, especially for finale, I wouldn't have minded a 2-episode fight because like
a little bit. It was like an episode and a half, a
half. But like and don't get me wrong, I genuinely enjoyed the Beru fight. I thought the Beru fight was well done and it was fun. And like him getting the mutilation, like bro, mutilation sound wild. And then he was just like, oh wait, let me just like all that type of shish kebabbing. And like I was like, okay, this is fire. But Beru as a final boss, I wish they would have almost flipped. Like the Demon King and Beru. I wish they would have flipped them. That fight should have happened first.
Because then Beru would have something at the end that's like, okay, now the story is ending. Because like I said a few pods ago, I was like, bro, he already healed his mom and cured her. What are we doing here now with this story? That was the whole mission. And it's just like, I don't know. It just we lost more of a connection to him than we had.
We lost,
and that sucks.
Okay,
or rather, let me rephrase that: we lost any amount of connection that we had to him as a character, with him curing his mother.
Oh yeah, now he's just Sung Jin Woo, like the master of the army.
Whooping ass.
Just, yeah. That's his character.
At least there was something else behind him just whooping ass, and we could get behind.
Like he was doing this because his mom was sick. He's trying to help his sister. His sister wants to be a doctor because their mom is sick. Like it was more of a character backstory there, more so than
something
just
else other than just I'm gonna whoop their ass.
Say, Tank, go whoop their ass.
Like, Biru, you could talk. Yeah, all right, go whoop their ass.
Yo, like this. The best part about that though was like Biru coming in and starting to talk and be like, "Yo, I'm a general now." He's like, "Yo, you ain't gonna have a problem with me killing you?" Nah, bro. You gave me new life. You awakened me. I was like, okay, that's gonna be a doggone cultist right there.
For real, bro. You took it and you gave it back. So all right, you got it, bro. I mean, I understand it.
The Church of Sun Jin Woo, bro. That's exactly what Biru gonna start the first Latter-day Saints.
Yes. Oh my god. He is going. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. That was too far. I only even admit I went a little too far there, but he came out immediately. It was just so devout. Like, thank you so much for bringing me new life. I was like, bro, did you not just run away from him 5 minutes ago? Weren't you out here talking about oh my god, I gotta get away? And now you over here praying at the altar of Sun Jin Woo? Like, what are we doing here?
You're gonna be the first missionary.
I'm the first missionary, bro, going out there whooping ass. Yo, Peter, go whoop their ass and tell them about the good work.
Tell them about the good hands.
Stop. Oh my goodness gracious. Yo, I will say though, that scene that they gave him when he like ascended and had the claws out and everything.
Fire.
I wanted
majestic.
More of that. I wanted more
fire.
of that.
I really appreciated that too. Enjoyed it. We'll tune in for the second season. I really need them to give me something more, man. I need them to give me some backstory. I need them to give me some stakes. They need to give me a little bit more, maybe some type of character development. Give this nigga a conflict. He is like perfect. The nigga is polite. He's kind. He be saving niggas. He be saving his mom. He be helping his sister and shit.
I'm like,
when
he got mad baddies, although everyone think he's sexy. Like, it's one of those.
Bro, he is literally the most perfect person, and it's annoying. Give him some type of fault, or give him some type of like problem to solve.
The dad thing is gonna come up because like his pops was there, like waiting in the wings.
He mad with his dad. Damn, typical niggas is always mad with their dad. So like,
I know, but still, it's better than nothing.
Something. I just want something, like, because I want to like the show more. You get what I'm saying?
I
think that's where it's coming from for me. I'm good with where it is. I am. Yeah. And like I said, I am going to shift tunes like moving forward about like my gripes with Solo Level. I'm just going to accept it for what it is. Mm-hmm. Especially if it doesn't change. It just is what it is. I'm going to keep enjoying the shit. Mm-hmm. But I would really appreciate it if they give me something more to work off of so I can just enjoy the show even more. Because they got it. It's right there.
No, but here's the thing. I think Solo Leveling is going to go the way of like a new age Dragon Ball Z. And I've said this before. Because when we growing up watching Dragon Ball Z, watching that, and even more so than Naruto, even more so than One Piece, like we got more story with Naruto and One Piece and with like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, everything, Yu Yu Hakusho, all the anime.
Just shifted. All anime now is just about hands.
No, agree. Yo, it's crazy when you look at it. But like, everything from that regards, like, yes, they had hands in those previous series that we grew up on, but they still had more of a main story arc that the character was following. For Sun Jin Woo is very similar to like a Goku kind of style. Like he reminds me a lot of Goku in a way of like, after I take outside the fact he saved his mom, but like everything for him is just power, growing stronger, and fighting. That's it. And I'm like,
but that's what Goku wanted. Like, I don't really know. Jinwoo was doing this to save his mom.
Agreed.
So now it's like,
but now I think he wants it. Now he's in it.
I don't think he wants it. I think it's more like, because like, so for example, I get why you say that, like, because the way it ended and whatnot. But I felt like it was more like, all right, well, I'm here. Let me close this gate. Let me level up. I'm here. You know what I mean? let me just do it because I'm here.
But I think that's the start of something new. I think that's something that for him, yes, he was stuck in traffic, and I kind of had like a feel for that. Be like, bro, if I had the power,
Yeah,
and I was stuck in traffic, you damn right I'm doing that. But at the same time, he's in a place now where I think he's gonna start craving that kind of power, that kind of
and
like.
That's where they can easily promote what I'm saying. Give him some type of a conflict of interest, do something. So maybe like that type of craving of power and shit becomes more of like a thing where he has to start battling with himself, like, oh shit. And then maybe that God or whatever start taking over, the nigga with the big ass smile. They're gonna have to reintroduce him. So maybe like he starts coming out, taking over type deal because of like his ambitions. And he starts utilizing that. Maybe the nigga starts struggling with, killing motherfuckers or some shit. I don't know. But they gotta go somewhere with it.
That's a good point, an interesting point, because it even starts to potentially foreshadow what Biru was saying when he was like, yo, bring me the king of the humans. What if Sung Jin Woo already is the king of the humans and we just don't know it yet? Like,
we saw them niggas pop out at the end too.
Agreed.
I mean, and there was a hero, I don't know who it was, and they go with the two blades.
Yo, I forgot about him. The dude who was like on like a boat.
Where the fuck did he come from?
See, I think he's from Japan. I think he's one of the Japanese dudes that they didn't let go. Because he's not Korean. I don't think he's Korean. I think he's one of the Japanese dudes.
But the Japanese and the Koreans were there for S class.
Not all of the S class from Japan. They only sent like 7 out of.
But Goto was the strongest. So realistically speaking, I don't think he could have came from there.
Where would he have come?
He got to be like one of the American ones or something like that, because the American countries didn't want to participate or something like that, right? Fair. So maybe he's just like from America or some shit like that. I don't know, but like. They can't show him and then have him not be as strong as Jinwoo or something like that now.
Like, everyone they showed at the end has to be at least as strong as Jinwoo.
Yes.
Everyone that they show, because there's no threat there if they're not. If they're either as strong or stronger, there's no threat there. I don't care what kind of political thing you can kind of show. I don't care what kind of, different way you could try to contort the story to make it seem like there's conflict or there's some type of suspense. Unless they got the hands to punch this motherfucker in the face, ain't nothing they could do.
Ain't no reason to even bring him
up. Reason to even show him. So they got to have some type of power level to punch him in the face.
And don't give me another season of gassing somebody up that's going to turn into a cockroach. Don't do this.
Oh my God. He ran away like the lights came on, bro. When he dropped on all fours, that was the part for me where I was like, y'all didn't have to do him like that. Like, I didn't have to do Biru like that.
But I think they did, which I think was done very well, to your point, like about how he ran away and everything out of fear. Because, like, think about it. Jinwoo was like, you're still just a bug. And he was like, I'm looking for the king of the humans. Like, oh, like, I ain't no bug. So, like, he had to be put in his place, I guess.
Like, I'm a bug. Stop playing, I'm a bug. All right, yo, you said I'm a bug, bro. Chill.
I think I said, why did I just get the idea? I'm about to die.
Oh my God. I just, even when he turned up, because I said the mutilation came in right before dude was about to die, because they got real close to his eyeball. And then he was just, that's what I wanted to say to you. You know what I thought about? When I saw that clip with what's it called? The knife got real close to his eye. Remember that one really
I already
old
know
Tumblr?
what you about to, yes. It's her fucking nipple. Yes.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, the first time
oh my God.
The first time I sent you that joint back, I said, I was like college Tumblr days. I remember sending that to you, and I remember the two of us laughing for a good long while off of that one. But yo, AU man, we have returned this week. We got a lot of stuff that we touched on, a lot of stuff we tackled. Really looking forward to that first week of the new spring season. But before we slide on up out of here, you got something you want to leave the people with?
Man, y'all already know. So there's room on the couch, baby.
Always. Yo, always make sure that you guys go ahead and follow us on our socials all across the board at Couch Stealers. Also subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you know when we drop something brand spanking new. But we appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all watching. Also kind of messing with the technical difficulties this week. But enjoy this first week. Enjoy this first week of the spring season. I know I will. I know AU will. But until next time, always rule.
Peace.